Sonic Colors Ultimate, the long-awaited re-release of this 2010 Wii classic. Alright, so before we get into the actual review part of the video, a huge thing just happened for my channel. A fellow Sonic creator with almost 25,000 subscribers, named Matt Has No Cuts, just subscribed to my channel, and that's crazy. I really cannot believe that. So, Matt, if you do happen to watch this video, that is a huge thank you, because it is a great motivation factor to know that someone even came across my channel. Even if you never watch a video, it still means a lot to me. So, without the boring emotional stuff, let's go dog on a Sonic game. Alright, so the way this review is going to work is that I'm going to run the game through its paces on 4 different categories, on a rating of 10. So if the game gets all 10s, the score will be 40. Now I know that's not really conventional or anything, but I feel like these 4 categories are the most important to make a game good. So what they are is gameplay, story, music, and game feel, or like a gut feeling. Does the game feel good to play? So let's start with gameplay. Now, the gameplay in this game is pretty self-explanatory. It goes back to the well-made boost formula established in Unleashed. And sadly, this game takes a step down from Unleashed, but that's only because this game is a Wii exclusive. So, yeah, there's only 2 buttons on that. So, sadly, the drift and quick step were removed as normal things you could do. Now they're reserved in little mini sections that you can do them by pressing the analog stick. So, apart from those minor issues, there is one big improvement that I absolutely love: Sonic's double jump. I like the air dash, sort of, but I have always liked a double jump, because it allows you to do so much more, and it feels like when you nail that perfect jump that's so hard to reach, with that perfectly timed double jump, when everything lines up, it is just so satisfying. It's way better than any homing attack or jump boost, air boost, whatever. That just feels like the best jump I can land. So, overall, this gameplay is great, and I'm gonna be giving it a 8 out of 10. So, on to the story. Alright, so first off, I'd like to say that this story is not gonna be turning any heads. It's nothing crazy, but it does what it's meant to do. So, skip to the time on screen if you don't want to see spoilers. I know no one really cares about that, but I guess if you do, you may skip. So, the story actually doesn't start off with a cutscene. It throws you straight into the first level as soon as you boot up the game, which is a quality I actually really like, because a lot of games suffer from, I guess you could call it, too much waiting, where you boot up the game, long cutscene explaining the story. I mean, there's nothing wrong with explaining the story. Alright, so fine, you waited 10 minutes to get through all the explanation of the story. So then you get into the first level, or whatever, I guess, whatever your game is. You get into the first bit of gameplay. Well, that's a tutorial. So then you gotta spend the 5 minutes to learn the tutorial, and then it's like, ugh. You've wasted so much time trying to introduce the player. And this game just throws that whole idea out the window By keeping the story short, it's not turning any heads, it does what it's meant to do, and that's the thing. If you want to call this story bad, sure, but it's not trying to be good either. It's just trying to be an explanation for why Sonic and Tails are skibbity-bop and dad-up running around Eggman's International... International? So, after coming out of Tropical Resort Act 1, the game throws you into a cutscene to give some much-needed context. So, basically, wrapping the whole story into a nutshell, Eggman builds a theme park with a bunch of planets attached to it by chains. So it's meant to look all innocent, and the whole time he's bragging about how he is doing nothing evil. But in the end, it was his plan to abuse these small aliens referred to as wisps. And they are just power-ups during the game, and these small creatures that live on planet Wisp. So, Eggman is abusing them to turn them into evil energy to shoot some laser something. I honestly don't remember what he was gonna do. I'm too lazy to remember. So, altogether, the story is very simple, but it also knows that it's simple and doesn't try to do anything crazy. So, I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10. It's better than average. What do you want me to say? Alright, so, game feel. The game, in a nutshell, put it very simply, it feels good to play. Now, there are some spots where the game just feels unfair, and there's no good explanation for that. So, a good example of this is Terminal Velocity Act 1. Now, on paper, and in every sense of the word, I love this level. I love the atmosphere and how fitting the name is. You're literally running down an elevator shaft from space down to Mobius. That's a cool scene already, but then the name, Terminal Velocity. And I don't know anything really science, but I know in a gist that terminal velocity is the fastest speed that something can fall from gravity. So if you drop a bowling ball, the fastest speed that it can physically reach, I don't know what that is, but that speed is terminal velocity. So Sonic running down from space, everything fits perfectly. The atmosphere is cool. The music is unholy how good it is. It is ridiculous. I love this track. But the problem lies at the end of the level, when you're going off against this robot with these big spike fists. What he does is that he'll shoot lasers at you if you boost and are far away from him, but if you're close, he'll take his big fists and try to whack you. So, how do you dodge the fists, you may ask? You actually quick step towards the side that he's punching, so that you, get under the arc of his punch. It makes sense, but, that makes no sense. And there's no explanation for that. They just throw you in there, into a level with no respawns, or nothing, and maybe this just affected me. Because I spent almost 30 minutes on this stupid level, just to figure out all I had to do was quick step. That's the thing. I can beat that level first try, easily. The footage you're watching right now, that was first try. It's not hard. It's just dumb. if it was legitimately a challenge, then yeah, I mean, I like baby games, but I mean, at least it would be an actual challenge. That was just stupid. So, yeah, that's just a really me ranting about a random nitpick. But yeah, the game feel is good, so I will give it a solid 7. Alright, so there we have it. Tallying up our scores is gonna give us 31 out of 40. Now, I'd say that's a really good score for a game, and only 9 away from a perfect game. So, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, like, do any of that stuff, because it helps me a ton. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.